Rapper YG, the youngest gangster. I think that's what YG stands for. I'm not too sure, but I think it's youngest gangster. I'm pretty sure he's not the youngest gangster anymore. Nigga's pushing 50,000. So jokes. So yeah, YG has revealed a new song. He's taking a page out of Kanye West's book, and he's revealed a new song where he's revealing an alleged sexual assault of him, by the way. So when he was a teen, I think, doesn't say what age or whatever, allegedly he got molested, sexually assaulted, and now he's put it in his raps, which is crazy. Excuse me. It's called 2004. I think maybe it happened in 2004. Let's see how YG age. Let's see how old is he now. Then we can backtrack. He's 35. So 2004 was 21 years ago. So 35 minus 21. Can you do some for me? It's like 14, I think. I don't know, guys. I'm not good with maths. 35 minus 21. 14. Yeah. So it happened when he was 14. Wow. Okay. So he was very, very, very young. Should not be experiencing such stuff. So anyway, he's here on the news. He's talking about it. Let's see what he's saying.
Big thanks. But on his latest single, 2004, the California-born and raised artist is getting more real, raw, and vulnerable than ever, rapping about something rarely talked about in hip-hop.
Got took advantage of, and I liked it, so what? Y'all call that sex abuse? I just thought she was doing some good.
So you just recently came out with a song.
Got abused. So what? Y'all call it sexual abuse? I just thought she was doing something cool. Okay.
Yeah.
2004,
Yeah.
where you discussed some very personal experiences. You say that you were sexually assaulted as a child by an older woman. What prompted you to start speaking about that?
I'm going through this this coming of age. Like I'm in this new space in my life, and I'm like, all right, how this gonna reflect with music?
In 2004, Keenan Daquan Ray Jackson, known by his stage name YG, reveals for the first time that he was sexually abused by a 30-year-old woman when he was 14 years old.
Jeez. Who is that woman? Lock her up, please. Lock her up. Find her. Put her in the trunk. Because he was 14, she was 30. Come on, man. It's like, no.
I'm in the studio, a producer named Jay Pounds. He like, yeah, so you gotta talk about something you ain't never talked about. You gotta dig deep. He like, yeah, what's something that you ain't never told nobody that don't nobody know? And then the beat was playing. And I was like,
When I was young, I got raped.
and I was like, Bob, twice my age. And everybody was like, what?
Yikes. When I was young, I got raped.
I raped.
And I was like, Bob, twice my age. And everybody was like, what?
At what age did you comprehend that what happened to you was sexual assault?
When it happened, like I wasn't thinking about it, or like it wasn't like a thing like that. It was like, oh, I just did some with an older woman, like it's lit, like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But then as you grow up and then you start thinking about, you go through life and you see stuff and learn stuff. It's like, no, that was, man, I got raped.
In 2012, the Department of Justice redefined the criminal definition of rape for the first time since 1927 to include male victims, including those unable to give consent due to age. Studies have found 1 in 20 boys under the age of 18 experience sexual assault. And of those reported to police, 93% of predators were known to the victim.
Like everybody got their story, and it's just, that's why I made the record, to get to influence people to tell their stories, you know what I'm saying? Especially like coming from an artist, somebody like me, is unexpected.
YG, short for Young Gangsta, hails
that's right. It is short for Young Gangster.
from Compton, where he joined a gang at 16, a reality he doesn't shy away from in his music.
People put me in the box. They know us as gang members, and we from the streets and all this, you feel me? So they look at us like, oh, we gang members, we animals, we not human, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, bro, I'm human. I go through real life stuff outside of the street stuff. As
a child, was there an adult that you ever opened up to, that you told what happened to you? Did you feel comfortable enough to say that to an adult, or did you keep it inside for a long time?
I kept it inside. My family, first time hearing about that was with a record came.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
YG says he shared the song with other men. He was surprised to hear their reaction.
Because 90% of the people I played it for, the males, they all got similar stories. That was the conversation everybody was having. It was like, yeah, like, I was sexually abused. And it's like, yeah, but for us, we men, so it ain't treated the same way.
He hopes he can use his platform to break the cycle.
Wow, 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 wow. That's powerful. That's powerful. Nah, that's very powerful. YG took the power back. YG took the power back. And it's the same thing that Kanye was doing with the whole tweeting about the cousin issue, giving his cousin head and all of that. It's, it's, I guess it's a form of taking the power out of the trauma. It's like taking the power, taking the shame, taking the guilt out of that sort of trauma, and living up to it, and I wouldn't say embracing it, but just making it real, because now had somebody come out, um who knew that story of YG, had somebody come out and to say, hey, you guys didn't know YG was actually raped when he was 14 by a woman twice his age, then the whole world would be like, wow, crazy, and then that narrative would have been used against him, But now in this instance, he's taking the power, he's claiming that narrative, and he's putting it out there so that people can't use it against him, and so he doesn't have to carry it anymore, because as the video was saying, so many men get sexually assaulted, get sexually abused, get raped, and they never speak about it. They never open up about it. They never confess to it because, in society, the society that we live in, it's like, oh, it's taboo if a man expresses that he's been sexually abused, assaulted, or whatever the case is. People mock you, ridicule you, laugh at you, whatever the case, or not take you serious, whatever the case may be. So for him to be at least like, and this is a gangster, mind you. This is not just some everyday Joe talking about, he was raped. This is a real blood gangster, real ass nigga talking about such a vulnerable incident in his life. And I commend him. I really commend him. Like that's big of him to open up about something so serious like that. And to put it in a song, like now he's gonna capitalize off of it, make money off of it, and reclaim that trauma. It's no more gonna be a trauma. It's now gonna be a success story. And he can influence and motivate other men as well to also own up to their abuses that they have encountered, be it by strangers, be it by family, be it by partners, whatever the case may be. Because you know what? Men also do matter, and men do get abused, men do get sexually assaulted, men do get raped, and it's not something to be taken lightly. It's not an embarrassing thing to talk about, or it's not something to be taken lightly. It's a serious thing. 1 in 20 boys under the age of 18 are assaulted like that. So shout out to YG. I think that was beautiful. I think that's really, really beautiful. I think the way he did it was great. Not the way Kanye did it. The way Kanye did it was very cloud chasey. So not the way Kanye did it, because Kanye did it after a YG. YG's song came out first, if I remember correctly, because it came out about a month ago. So, and maybe around the same time, I can't really remember, but I know YG's one was first. I know his one was first. But anyway, yeah. Shout out to YG, man. Shout out to the youngest gangster. And what a powerful thing to reveal. So I respect the guy, really. I really respect the guy. Yeah. And I'm sure he's, seeked some sort of therapy, some sort of counseling, some sort of something just to help him cope with that and to express it, and to, I guess that's the song. You could consider the song his therapy, him speaking about it on the mic and putting it out there and shooting a whole video talking about it on the news and sharing it with people. It's like, yeah, shout out to YG. Shout out to I commend that. That's a true gangster. For me, that's a true gangster. Not going around shooting people, selling drugs, or whatever, then you call yourself a gangster. Nah, you're just a hooligan. This is a real gangster, somebody who can be vulnerable to the masses and to reveal such a traumatic, heinous incident that happened to him and own it and reclaim it and, find the strength to speak on it. That's a real gangster. He's a real gangster. Shout out to YG. All right, cool.